right, same day here, November 28th, 2017, 6:48 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in Sierra Vista, Arizona. I am Michael DeCarlo, and this is decarlosdanger.com. Continuing on with what we were talking about before about the budget and the military budget and how they'll extort it from you, more or less they will. Just the way that it'll work. They'll make you feel bad about not supporting a soldier, the guy that's going down to, lift you up and that you're going to send to war, when really nobody stops to ask themselves, why are we sending these people overseas? Other than Ron Paul and Rand Paul, nobody else asked that. Nobody. Because everybody else has swallowed the pill and made it to make themselves understand that, or think that they understand what the hell is actually going on. This is crazy, man. That was pretty funny. That's cool, though. Sweet. All right. So the budget, defense budget, is going to be used to spy on you. Part of this, a lot of the stuff in the defense budget probably is in some dark programs or whatever, black programs, black op programs, which it should be in, what I really don't want to know what the hell they are. But some of the budget that's starting to make my ears perk up a little bit is the NASA budget and how we can't launch our own folks into space anymore, but we have these private companies that were given government grants to establish themselves. So we don't have NASA, we have government-funded private companies. Wow, that's cool, isn't it? That's funny as shit right there. Cool. All right, but I forgot I put it on Space Alien. That's a good topic for it, though. All right. So onto these government contracts. As you can see, even though the government claims it's gotten smaller, it actually is spending the same amount of money because they're creating companies that without your tax dollar would never exist to begin with, because nobody could afford to do those things. That's why we would do certain things like Kennedy dreamed about going to the moon and going to space together, collectively, because no person at that time had the ability to create the technology to do so. So we thought, or so we were told. But however, you can't believe everything you see on a two-dimensional television. On that topic, a few days ago, I was interacting with somebody that I grew up with in school. This guy used to drag my ass up and down the basketball court in high school and beat it thoroughly every day. It made going in the military and being a submariner and having to embrace the suck in order to accomplish the mission very easy to do, because in my mind, I know that some of these things were only for a finite amount of time. But he was talking to me about the need for gun control, and I believe the very words he used were, it's a public health crisis. Gun violence is a public health crisis. No, my rebuttal to him was that the only health crisis we have is ignorance of tools and their uses, and that his fear of the use of a tool is by no means requires me or anybody else to surrender any of our tools, especially when we have been trained to use them to defend ourselves and those that we love and the property we've acquired through our lifetime of toil and industrious effort. He told me to take my libertarian ideas and look at dead children. And, I'm sorry, I have already looked my own in the eye. And I choose not to look at that again. However, I will do my own independent research, and I will look at things from various and different angles. I've been to Connecticut, so I know, never been to that town, but I can understand the lay of the land and how things work. But the big thing that really everybody should be able to grasp would be the Las Vegas shooting, because that's the most visited place in the country, right? Southwest Airlines, I imagine Southwest Airlines is a byproduct of flying the folks from downtown Los Angeles, or Las Vegas and Los Angeles, out to Area 51 to go to and from work every day. I I bet you Southwest Airlines is that. That's why Las Vegas is their hub. Just pure speculation. Of course, they're out of Dallas, which would make sense, kind of, but more better out of Houston. Because Continental used to have a hub in Cleveland until after the NASA started doing this drawdown. Now, Cleveland Airport isn't even used hardly anymore, except for the people that are there. Very little by government contract. That's how you put this shit together, folks. Anyway, NASA in Cleveland. NASA, I'll give you this on this. NASA in Cleveland was there to study the effects of fluids in space, I believe it was. Fluids, probably the body and everything, you know. That's why you have the Cleveland Clinic. Some other fluids, too, would be oil. Some of the byproducts of oil being spread through space would be the invention of plastics and duct tape. A lot of things there that are in my area that I grew up around. So let's see how you just can push back from the trough and see how things actually work and intermingle with stuff together when you're not worried about your next meal. But anyway, this portion of the program has been brought to you by Evergreen Coin Racing. That's right, my own sponsor for my own iRacing team. This sports segment on iRacing, about iRacing.com and decarlosdanger.com and Evergreen Coin Racing, EGC. Last night was the first time I participated in a league race on iRacing.com. It's a subscription-based program that I like to run. It's my interaction. It's a computer simulation with steering wheel, gas pedals, all that stuff like that. It's a competition. It reminds me of a lot of the stuff that I used to do. If you think about it on the submarine, I wasn't really seeing outside, but I was telling them where to go. Once you master that, that's kind of funny when you think of it that way. First league race, 16 cars entered, 15 cars I think 15 cars started the race. I was 15, tail end Charlie. I finished 9th. I got involved in a couple accidents, other people's doings. Because honestly, I was tail end Charlie for a reason. I was going and exploiting, taking a weakness and trying to learn to make it a strength. So my interaction with these folks, it's all a learning curve on my end for the most part. And I just got drug up in some of their stuff. But that's the sports for today. The Ohio State Buckeyes will be playing the Wisconsin Bucky Badgers here in Indianapolis on Saturday evening because they know that college football is played on Saturday night, not Friday night like the Pac-12, which they're just crowding up on those kids playing high school football. I don't understand why any college conference would want to compete with their high school athletes when it comes to television time, other than it's about money. And once we get the corporate media involved in press and broadcasting, I guess that's all you have to do really is follow the money to understand it. Well, anyway, for now, that's it for now, folks. It's about 10 minutes after 7 on the 28th of November here in Service, Arizona. I am Michael DeCarlo. I am signing off. And I wish each and every one of you happiness and peace in your life. And we'll talk at you later.